in implementing supply chain management, right? So this is not a purely IT presentation. It is basically a supply chain management presentation covering the aspects of blockchain. And my IT background helped me in drifting towards IT as well and covering it, as a whole. Feel you can summarize the benefits of the trust economy. Now, by blockchain, when we say there is something called a trust, we are developing a trust by implementing blockchain. What kind of trust? We'll see. Now, finally, are you involved in projects that involved blockchain technology implementation related activities? Is anyone of you involved in blockchain projects? Nobody. Okay. Now, a simple definition to understand the power of blockchain systems. You have to actually distinguish between three things that are commonly muddled up, namely the Bitcoin currency, the specific blockchain that underpins it, and the idea of blockchains in general. This is from the famous magazine, The Trust Machine, which is The Economist. That time, 2015, was the initial years of blockchain, when cryptocurrencies came into being. Now, these cryptocurrencies originated in Japan originally. All of you know about it. And that forms the crust of the blockchain technology. After that, we started implementing blockchain everywhere. And we can see plenty of use cases in India right now. Now, the phone, we can, it's analogous. The idea of a phone network, a specific phone network, a specific use of the phone network. The examples are given. The idea of blockchain, the specific blockchain that underlies Bitcoin or another coin offering, Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency. There are Ethereum, so many types of cryptocurrencies. But the Bitcoin was the most famous one, and people know blockchain by Bitcoin. Moving ahead. What is a blockchain? A technology. What it does? It permits transactions to be gathered into blocks and recorded. Block by block, we are recording the instructions. We are dividing it into blocks and then recording it. Allows the resulting ledger to be accessed by different servers. So what we have is different nodes. All the nodes, we have the same copy of the data. If you tamper with one copy, the whole data is, they get a signal that the data is tampered somewhere. And that's where the trust things comes. That it is not a trusted thing because something is going on in between, right? So you got to get the same copy everywhere and update it on all the nodes. That is where the trust comes, the security comes, and many aspects which the cryptographically chains blocks in chronological order. How the blocks are getting changed in chronological order, everything you can see in black and white. Now, how this is helpful, especially in supply chain management, we can see the supply chain starts right from the iron ore, from where you get the iron, right? What quality of iron are you getting? What quality of steel you are getting? What quality of alloy you are getting, right? So if Maruti is talking about cars, if it wants to look at the quality therein, that what quantity of steel it procured, who procured? Probably Tata Steel procured it. But Maruti wants to know. Maruti cannot take risk, right? How it will make sure? Blockchains will be very helpful in that because they can track each and every bit right from that source until the manufacture of the vehicles. How they are going to do it? Some examples we'll see. It's a little complicated technology. Now, distributed ledger, we just talked about the ledger. Ledger is that file, normally you might have seen with the accountants. They keep noting down things and they have a list, right? The credits, debits and all those things. Accounts people know it better. So there is a centralized ledger and there is a distributed ledger. These are the two things. We are just giving you an introduction so that we delve into the supply chain straight away. Just a little introduction. So there are multiple ledgers, but bank holds the golden record. Client B must reconcile its own ledger against that of the bank and must convince bank of the true state of the bank ledger if discrepancies arise. So the gold ledger we say is with the bank. The copies are with the clients. If the copies are being tampered with, the bank will know that they are getting changed there. In the distributed ledger case, there is one ledger. All nodes have some level of access to that ledger. All nodes agree to a protocol that determines the true state of the ledger at any point of time. Now the application of this type of herein, when we talk about the prototype, is sometimes called achieving consensus. When we achieve consensus, that means the data which is coming to all the nodes is same, right? Once the data is entered, if you delete from one node, the copy of that data is there on the other nodes, right? So a corruption-free society, when you talk about it, especially in India, we talk a lot about this. Blockchains can help in fostering that particular society. Quickly, there is a single entity where you see the different nodes A, B, C, D, E, and then there are multiple entities. Herein, you see the nodes, they are stored in blocks, and here the data is stored in blocks, wherein sometimes we combine nodes, sometimes we distribute the nodes.